school.
Yeah.
And they reached that, but they surpassed that margin in the first 4 plays of the game. You just can't, and you hate the thing, and that's what I thought. I had recorded the game. I came home, I sat down, I thought, you know what, I don't know the outcome.
Oh, you were in the bubble?
Oh, I was in the bubble.
Wow.
I was absolutely in the bubble, and I turned it on, and I watched, all right, first down. This is not a bad first down game. It's second, and I think it was, second and 7.
Yes.
And then Hawkinson picks up the first down with a nice pass. I'm thinking, right, here we go. We're off and running offensively. And then you see the yellow flag, and it comes back. And it's because Hawkinson got burned. All right, so it's second and 12. All right, here we go. Unbelievable. Before the snap. Pre-snap penalties will drive a coach and fans insane. Now it's second and 17. All right, here we go. You pick up 1 yard.
1 yard. And then incomplete on 3rd and 16.
And not only, and the incomplete is a pressure by Penny Sewell. And Jared Goff, who, yes, he was hit while he was throwing it, but DeAndre Swift was open. And I don't know if he picks up the first down or not. He had 2 steps on the linebacker. If that ball is completed, and we see, I watched other games yesterday, that ball gets completed a lot of times by good quarterbacks. Even though they're getting hit, they find a way to complete that pass, and you make it a manageable, whether it's 4th down, because we know they're going to go for it on 4th down. It doesn't matter if they're on a 26-yard line, their own 26-yard line.
Glad they punted.
But they punted this time.
Yes, which was smart.
Right, no, but I mean later in the game they go for it on 4th and 1 on their own 26.
Yes.
So I instantly, I'm like, the margin of error has already been reached. I'm going to turn this off for a little while. I'm going to come back because I can predict the outcome at this point. I'm going to go mow the lawn. Got my frustrations out, came back, and it didn't get me better.
It was an awful performance, and teams like this have them sometimes during the season. Lions haven't had one like this yet. They will on Sunday against the Rams. They'll play much. I think they'll play better.
Yeah.
It's just it's lost. It's a lack of freaking talent that they have, and most of the blame, if you want to start playing the blame game, 6 games in, I should say, is on Quinn for the roster for most of it, but some of it's on Brad Holmes too. I mean, Trinity Benson, it was a healthy scratch.
He looked great yesterday.
Yeah, healthy scratch. They have no wide receiver, and this is what I blame Brad Holmes for the most. Now you can say, well, they thought Terrell Williams would be like that. In today's NFL, you have to at least have Brad. When they messed up with Perriman, they were caught. They were done when they drafted. The receiver that they drafted, St. Brown, he's fine for what he is, but he's not a deep guy.
Okay, so if Terrell Williams is healthy, or if Perriman works out, who's going to get him the ball?
Well, I think you at least would have you play them a little differently.
Not if you can't ever, if you're 6 weeks in and you can't throw the ball deep and you can't be accurate, you're not going to play him any different.
No, but if they had those guys, they might have different plays and things like that. He would just attempt to throw the ball, so you play him a little bit differently. Maybe the pressure. I'm not letting him off the hook.
Right.
He has been bad. Really, really bad. But it's not just him. It's everybody. If he was really, really good, he might have won a game or 2. He should have won one yesterday.
I think that maybe the best thing, though, out of the season right now is that he is this bad, and we've got our answer. He's not part of this. So 6 games in, the best thing that's come out of this, and Goff's not part of this. But that was unacceptable yesterday. It was all for season ticket holders and people who go down there and just root it out week after week. To go watch that kind of performance and the lack of just competition against a team like that, which I think they're a borderline wild card team, potentially the Bengals, but to not be in the game. And they laid down. What happened at halftime? Because they actually survived.
Yeah, they were down 10-0 at the half, and the defense actually played decent.
Yeah.
Decent.
I just don't know if we'll get into this more in depth later in the show. If the emotional roller coaster of the head coach of this football team can sustain itself. Because yesterday, he eventually outed Goff.
Yeah. Among other things, it was interesting. We'll play the sound later. He paused because he wasn't sure whether he should do it, and then he did it.
Yeah.
But he also blamed other people, too. He said,
there's plenty of blame to go around.
Right. He used a term that you would know, but I'm not a football guy. MA. I had no idea what an MA
Missed assignment.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's time for the general manager of this football team to speak. Because my concern is that he's the whipping boy, Campbell. And he's the one every week coming out and trying to defend this in a different way. And if this just continues to go and go and go, what more are you going to say? And you have a guy who, in the end, I love it, but he speaks from his heart.
Yeah.
Speaks emotionally. But you get to 0-13. How much more of this can you take?
Well,
I mean, you'll see it on his face. Whether he says it or not. And that's the other thing, too, is with Dan Campbell, whether he says it or not, you know exactly where he's coming from, where he stands, and what he sees.
Right.
That is, and I mean, I love that. And I wish for him there were more wins right now, at least one. That you can look back on and say, okay, here's where we did it right. Here's where we didn't have all of the MAs, the pre-snap penalties, all of the BS that goes into a loss that you saw yesterday. It was disgusting.
Coming up on the program, TJ Lang will be here at 9:02. We'll get into the quarterback at 6:35. Heather has news coming up next.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Welcome back home.
Thank you.
Glad you made it home safe and sound from Vegas. I've got lots of news for you, but we're also going to talk about the most dangerous sport because there's new research that has revealed which sport is considered the most dangerous, and it might just surprise you.
All right, 97 won the ticket.
John Jansen here for Southfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Is your lease coming due? Unsure of what to do next? Southfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram wants to help. During Ram Power Days, tag one of the new 500 vehicles being built right now. Or if you want to make your own, build your own custom vehicle to take delivery in as little as 3 weeks. This month, you're going to get an extra $750 dealer discount when you mention 97 on the ticket. In addition to that, for every vehicle sold during the month of October, Southfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram will also donate $250 to a local breast cancer charity. So make a difference in a life of someone who needs it today when you purchase or lease a new vehicle from Southfield. Log on to southfieldchrysler.com, or better yet, and I'm going to go over there this week as well. Maybe I'll get a chance to say hi. Meet my friends Bill and Tim, who run the show over there, and their entire team at Southfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram to get started today. Whether you live in West Bloomfield, Birmingham, Allen Park, or Warren, you are just a short drive or click away from the best car buying experience you're ever going to have. Visit them online at southfieldchrysler.com, and remember, all roads in all towns lead to Southfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram at 11.5 and Telegraph.
97.1 the ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ EM 950 Traffic Center, there's an accident in the work zone blocking the right shoulder 75 heading southbound just after 12 Mile. Construction continues on 275 both directions. One lane is open from Will Carlton to South Huron Road. Northbound, there's a left lane closure from 94 to 6 Mile, and southbound a left lane closure from 7 Mile to 94. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
Season also means the beginning of solicitor season. It's likely salespeople offering home repair, magazine subscriptions, security alarms, and other products have knocked on your door before. With the number of scams lurking behind every corner, it can be difficult to determine what is legitimate. That's where the Better Business Bureau comes in.
I'm BBB President Melanie Ducanel. During the summer months, BBB often sees an uptick in door-to-door scams. That's why it's important to protect yourself. Have a pre-prepared plan in place before you hear that knock at the door. If you choose to talk with a salesman, check their identification. A reputable seller will provide proper identification, including a photo ID and business card. You can also request to see their solicitor's license, as many cities require such licensing. Know your rights. The Federal Trade Commission's 3-day cooling off rule gives the customer 3 days to cancel purchases over $25 that are made in the customer's home or at a location that is not the seller's permanent place of business. And lastly, don't do anything that's out of your comfort zone. If you don't feel comfortable having a stranger in your home, don't budge. Know your rights and boundaries with door-to-door solicitors. Planning for the ringing doorbell ahead of time can save you a lot of time and headache.
Talking Trust is presented by BBB. To find trustworthy business, go to bbb.org/Detroit. or call 866-788-5706.
Applied Imaging is more than an office technology and solutions company. Listen to Applied Imaging's customers discuss Applied Imaging's unique culture. Jane Sapolsky of Hinton Transportation Investments.
Our experience with Applied Imaging has been phenomenal. Any work they've done for us has been completed correctly. It has saved us countless man hours, and we've made good friends along the way.
Kristen Vandevussen of ADAC Automotive.
Well, I think they have a good diverse group at Applied Imaging, which includes men and women and people who are in different areas of specialty. And I think that's important in a tech company that they have promoted women and that women are visible.
Betty Bartek of Resurrection Life Church.
I feel like I've gotten to know them and they've gotten to know me. It's nice to work with someone in business that you feel actually cares about helping you do your job better.
Applied Imaging, a company that cares about you and your results.
Did you know that the Detroit Release headquarters building is located in a historic home built by and lived in by architect Albert Kahn? Originally constructed in 1907, the Kahn House is an important part of Detroit's history.
Hey, it's Boomer Esiason. When you have your own business, you basically have to do everything. That includes hiring, which can become a second job. That's why there's Indeed, the all-in-one hiring platform that makes it easy to attract, screen, and interview candidates all in one place. With smart tools like Instant Match, you instantly get a list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed fit your job description the minute you sponsor a job. Spend less time sifting through resumes and more time saying you're hired. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
You're ready to get out and get moving. And whether it's surfing, playing tennis, or hiking every path you can find, you're going to need some essential new gear. Essentials that are even more rewarding with the Bank of America customized cash rewards credit card. You can choose to earn 3% cash back on online shopping, which could increase to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member. Visit bankofamerica.com/more rewarding and apply now. The essentials have never felt more rewarding. Copyright 2021 Bank of America Corporation.
Pro football season's here, and pro roofers save valuable time with Beacon Pro Plus. Beacon Pro Plus works 24/7 for material ordering, order history, and automated promotion tracking, so you can get your favorite GAF roofing products even when working remotely. And now, order on Beacon Pro Plus and get a $175 gift card and a chance for a VIP pro football getaway. Gear up and raise your game with Beacon Pro Plus today. Build, score, and win at BECN.com.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. If you haven't refinanced your mortgage in 2021, you need to call Hall Financial right now to see if you qualify for the no appraisal 8-day close. 866-CALL-HALL, or you can chat with us online at callhallfirst.com.
Your opinion matters. Call the D Las Vegas 97.1 The Ticket Studio line at 248-539-9797. Book your stay at the D by visiting thed.com. The D Las Vegas, the home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
Get the latest sports news and inside information about Michigan and Michigan State on the Five Star Zone with Rico Beard. Download it today on the Odyssey app.
All right, Lions, we know lose Cincinnati 34-11. If you didn't watch Sunday Night Football, it was in overtime where the Geno Smith-led Seattle Seahawks gave Pittsburgh all they could handle, but Geno became Geno, fumbled in overtime. Pittsburgh wins it 23-20. NLCS, the Braves take a 2-0 lead over the Dodgers. As score in the ninth inning, 5-4, they win. Red Wings back in action Tuesday at home against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Pistons open up the season Wednesday against the Chicago Bulls. By the way, John, you might get a kick out of this. While we were at the airport on Saturday, me and the Gov, we had some time to kill. So we each put in $100. We put $100 in, 50 each, on this Wheel of Fortune slots.
Oh yeah.
We won like what? About
Almost doubled our money.
almost double our money.
Did you really?
Yes.
Nice.
So I just sit there. I just sit there and tap it. It was so much.
I know. We were so pissed off because they didn't have any TV to have the Michigan State game. So full time.
Couldn't find it.
I know.
Starting
All right, what's going on?
26902 West 7 Mile Road. In 2.7 miles. Turn left onto West 14 Mile Road.
After this stunt went horribly, horribly wrong, there's this man, Jonathan Goodwin. He is a daredevil stuntman, and he fell about 70 feet onto his head after his act didn't go as planned. doing? He was suspended in the air in a straitjacket. He was hanging by his feet from a wire. And then there was also 2 cars suspended on either side of him, and they were swinging back and forth. Now, the stunt was for Goodwin to free himself from the straitjacket and then fall onto an air mattress below, all while avoiding being crushed to death by these cars that were swinging back and forth. However, the cars smashed together. They sandwiched Goodwin between them. There was a huge explosion. A big fireball erupted, and he fell to the ground. He didn't make that air mattress, and he fell onto his head, you guys. Yeah.
Cars and then dropped on your noggin?
Yeah. So, of course, very terrifying. Take a listen to the 911 call that was just released.
Atlanta Motor Speedway, the America's Got Talent filming location. We had a man suspended from a cable. Cars were supposed to slam. He didn't drop in time. They slammed into him. He's got an open tib fracture. He's agonal and posturing. We need a rescue and a helicopter.
Okay, well, what patient information do you have there for you, said?
He's about a 40-year-old white male. He fell about 40 feet. He missed the airbag, landed on his head. He has a pulse. His respiration's diagonal, and he's posturing with a neuro injury.
Okay, are you there with the patient, or is somebody else there with the patient?
Well, we're all right here trying to get IVs and stuff set up, but there's a lot of people here.
Okay, I'll go and let y'all go so y'all can tend to the patient.
Okay, all right, bye-bye.
So cold. Like, I would have been like, you need to get here now. Like, I would have been freaking out.
So it's American Got Talent Extreme deal. You don't think there's medical personnel there already?
Well, I think there was, but they needed a helicopter.
IVs, but they needed more than they had on site.
Yeah, I mean, she knew, the woman who called knew what was going on. The term she used, she was well educated, but they needed to get him airlifted to a hospital as soon as possible, and that's what happened. He was airlifted, taken to the hospital. He did undergo surgery, but it sounds like he still remains in critical condition. Terrifying, though. I mean, you got to know that those things could happen when you get into that industry of being a stunt person. But, man, that's so scary for sure. Bill Clinton was released from the hospital on Sunday, where he had been treated for an infection that had spread to his bloodstream. So he had been in the hospital since Tuesday, and as he was leaving the hospital, he gave a thumbs up when a reporter asked how he was feeling, and he's now going to go back home where he'll, continue his recovery with some rest and antibiotics. So it sounds like he's doing much better. This was not COVID related.
Incredible he never had one of those type of infections because prancing around the world.
At the next light, turn left.
A little penicillin?
Yeah, exactly. Because it was about one of the Maria sisters. It wasn't Dia.
Oh, boy. An Oakland County Sheriff's deputy jumped into action to save a semi-truck driver after he crashed into a business in Oxford. This happened early Friday morning. The semi just slammed into the building. And I mean, he didn't just hit it, it slammed all the way into the building, causing some really significant structural damage, which made it pretty dangerous for anybody trying to get into the building to rescue this driver. But despite all the danger, this deputy, Miguel Mendez, he rushed inside. He saved the life of the 40-year-old driver. The driver did suffer some injuries, but they were not life-threatening, and he was taken to the hospital. And now the police department is just commending Mendez on his bravery, and the crash is still under investigation, but they say drugs and alcohol were not a factor. But there's a ton of damage to that building. It's going to be quite expensive to fix, for sure. Ooh, a pedestrian was hit and killed on Sunday morning when he got out of his disabled vehicle on the Southfield Freeway. So the man's vehicle had broken down. This was on the side of the freeway. And when he got out of his car, he was struck by another vehicle. So the victim was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say the driver who hit the man did stop, but of course, the highway was closed down for an investigation. So, terribly sad situation. Not so sad, though. Kourtney Kardashian Kardashian is going to be walking down the aisle for the first time in her life. Travis Barker popped the question on Sunday, and of course she said yes. So the proposal was very elaborate. It took place at a beachside hotel in Montecito, California, and the couple confirmed the happy news on Instagram. Kardashian posted a whole bunch of photos from the proposal with the caption, "Forever," at Travis Barker. So congrats to the happy couple. This will be her first marriage. So she's got 3 kids with Scott Disick, but they never walked down the aisle. So
good for her.
Very exciting time for her. Yes. without a doubt.
Odds on forever.
I don't know.
You can say that about any married couple, but
Exactly. They've been all over the place. That their PDA has been on display.
I saw they were like making out in the back room of Saturday Night Live. I saw that.
Yeah. Yes, they were. They have been making out everywhere, Stoney. So they've got that going for them. They definitely like each other enough to make out everywhere. So that's good. Maybe that will help them in the long run. We'll see. All right, so some new research has just unveiled the most dangerous sport, and it's probably not what you're thinking. So if you were to think the most dangerous sport, what would you say it is?
Well, you would think football or hockey or UFC or boxing.
Yeah.
Right. Those are the big ones that come to your mind, and it's none of those. And then you might think, okay, well, could it be, race car driving or skiing? I don't know, motorcycling, if that's a sport. None of those things are the most dangerous. This is something, actually, Stoney, you're probably the most familiar with. Researchers say horseback riding is the most dangerous sport.
Okay.
Yeah, so apparently there are more hospital admissions due to horseback riding injuries than any other sport, and they can be very, very serious. So chest injuries are apparently the most common, but also injuries to the head and neck can be lethal. And the research shows that between 2007 and 2016, more than 24,000 people were hospitalized with horseback riding injuries, and 320 people died.
Now, does this include people who just, take leisurely work?
Well, probably, but
midnight stroll under the full moon,
as opposed to like competition, that type of thing.
Like professional equestrians.
Yes.
It probably does include a little bit of everybody, but I would imagine the study looked at a little bit of everyone playing every sport as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a little surprising.
Yeah.
It is, for sure.
All right. Thank you very much, Heather. All right. Coming up next, you'll hear from Lions coach Dan Campbell as he talks about his quarterback. And terms weren't exactly glowing. 97-1 the ticket.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here with the Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook. Week 6 pro football wraps up Monday Night Football. Tonight, Tennessee, about a 5.5 or 6-point home underdog against Buffalo. Total here is around 53. And I know Buffalo looked great last week, taking down Kansas City, but this number feels a little rich. Buffalo deserves to be favored. Buffalo likely to win the game, but with the number hovering around 6, there's some value in the primetime home underdog here in Tennessee. Tennessee should be able to score on this Buffalo defense, keep pace a little bit with Buffalo's high-powered electric offense. So coming up tonight, the lean's going to be Tennessee to cover at home, underdog against Buffalo. That's it for this Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook. Check out the latest lines today at BetRivers.com. I'm Nick Costos. Keep it locked here for more throughout the day. Must be 21, playable in Michigan. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-270-7117.
Hi friends, Bill Dowling here for Dowling Kia of Madison Heights. If you currently own a Kia, I'd like to invite you to visit our new facility on 14 Mile Road, east of the Oakland Mall, right off I-75. We offer great friendly service, have a well-stocked parts department, and factory-trained technicians. Need a different set of wheels? We offer everything from tires to an outstanding selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. So come discover the Dowling difference. Remember, we want to see you in a Dowling Kia. Check us out online at DowlingKia.com.
Do you have your eye on a new home but need to sell your home first? Get the Z Guarantee, where your home is sold, guaranteed, or I'll buy it.
The moment you fire up a Gator UTV, the engine has your full attention. The completed
John Deere Gator UTV. With effortless four-wheel drive at the flip of a switch and our smoothest shifting transmission yet. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere Gator for more.
Did you know there's dust floating around your home?
Really?
Yeah. Dust starts on hard surfaces like shelves and ceiling fans. And when you walk by, dust starts to move, compromising the quality of the air you and your family breathe.
So, what do I do?
Get Swiffer Heavy Duty Duster. Swiffer Heavy Duty Duster is the fast and easy way to trap and lock dust.
Before it gets into the air.
Exactly. So you can just... Swiffer Heavy Duty Duster, proud partner of the American Lung Association.
At Fisher Investments, our clients know we have their backs.
How do your clients know that?
Because Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, the highest standard for a financial advisor. It means we're there for our clients and always put their interests first.
So wait, you do it because you have to?
No, we do it because it's the right thing to do. Our clients trust us with their retirement savings, and we know how important that responsibility is. So we take the time to really get to know them.
Get to know them how?
We make sure we understand their unique goals, finances, health, family, and lifestyle, so we can tailor their portfolio to their specific needs. Our goal is to help them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Sounds like a big responsibility. You must make big commissions then, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We have one single transparent fee that's structured so we do better when our clients do better. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you are switching to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
This hour of Instant Feedback brought to you by Mike Papura of National Benefit Plans. For affordable health insurance, log on to nbphealth.com.
TJ Lang joins Stoney and Jansen Mondays at 9 on 97.1 The Ticket.
Fourth down for Cincinnati. Burrow takes the snap, fakes the give, rolls right, throws, got Mixon wide open, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, end zone, touchdown. Just rolled him right out the backfield. One man was between him and the end zone, and they just trucked right on past Will Harris.
Yeah, Will Harris. Late. 34-11, the Bengals win. Dan Campbell and the Lions still winless. Maybe Dan Campbell needs some ailment, something wrong to happen for this football team in the game. I mean, Urban Meyer had his incident. They finally won. John Gruden had his incident. He got fired. The Raiders won. Cliff Kingsbury had COVID. He didn't coach. They won. It happens. By the way, if
it wasn't their first win.
I know.
They haven't lost yet.
If you ever wonder if the Lions are cursed, you had to see the end of the Minnesota Vikings game with the Carolina Panthers yesterday.
You mean the 28-28 times running down?
Well,
Minnesota doesn't.
But it was almost the same thing because the Panthers scored late, just like the Lions did. Gave Kirk Cousins 40 seconds. Takes him down to field goal range. 47-yard field goal. Looked like the exact same thing was going to happen last week. But of course, because they weren't playing the Lions, he missed the field goal. He missed the field goal. If they were playing the Lions, would have made the field goal.
No question.
Now, they ended up winning in overtime. Anyway.
It's too close for him for a game winner. It's too close.
It's unbelievable. The way these things happen to the Lions. Now, when Matthew Stafford was traded, most people said, you know what, it's just time. It's not so much on Stafford. Look, there were some Stafford major haters, but just look. They haven't won here in 12 years. They're rebuilding. He didn't want to be a part of it. Everybody said, you know what, it's a good time to end this match. Even knowing that Matthew Stafford is a better quarterback than what they got back in Jared Goff. And Matthew Stafford's a better quarterback than what they would have gotten if they would have made the Carolina trade with Teddy Bridgewater. Jared Goff has been good. I mean, real good. I mean, yesterday, okay, he got some decent stats at the end, but that was, talk about, pad Stanford. Goff was 28 of 42, 202 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. His quarterback rating is...
And by the way, that's with padding the stats.
Yes, with padding the stats.
Those aren't great to begin with.
And I'll give him this, the interception really wasn't his fault. It was a good catch, and they made a good defensive play ripping the ball away from Amar St. Brown. His quarterback rating was 67.8. This is an offense that he's in charge of that has had 4 scoreless halves in 6 games. Jared Goff, yards per attempt, John, 6.3. That's the second worst of quarterbacks who officially qualify. The only one who's worse is actually a backup, and that's Brissett. But because Tua was hurt, he got to play enough to qualify. That's how horrible he has been. And look, it's not all on him. You know, a lot of it's the offensive line. Most of it, I think, is the receivers as well. But he has been horrible. Dan Campbell, at the press conference yesterday, he was asked a lot about Jared Goff.
I will say this. I don't feel like we can accurately judge him one way or another. I don't feel that way yet. Now, I will say this. I feel like he needs to step up more than he has. And I think he needs to help us, you know, just like everybody else. And I think he's going to need to put a little bit of weight on his shoulders here, and it's time to step up, make some throws, and do some things.
You usually don't hear coaches go off on their quarterback. I wouldn't say go off, but at least give him some of the blame.
Yeah, speak honestly.
Yeah, and I thought it was refreshing. Here's Dan Campbell when asked about benching him.
No. That doesn't mean that something won't ever come up. I'm going to look at everything, you know. But look, to me, this was a collective effort offensively. This was not. You can't blame one person there. Just like, you know, I know maybe you think it's easy to just throw it out and for me to blame it on myself. Look, I gave
at the next light, turn left.
Plenty from me in there, but the bottom line, that's just the truth, is that I didn't help them. I didn't help them prepare for this game properly.
He's kicking himself for not having pads in practice this week, but whatever. I don't think that has anything
if
to do with it.
If only the Green Bay legend was available. Tim Boyle.
That's good. That's not the stupidest thing in the world.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
No, but it's not. But I
turn
think you
left
said it
onto
in a
West
joking
7
way.
Mile Road.
But Blau was originally going to be the third string quarter.
Right. If Boyle is available, that answer may be different.
Yes. He didn't exactly look great in preseason, but then again, nobody did. Now, Campbell did say the struggles. It's not just golf.
I don't put this all on Jared Goff. This is a collective. This is collective.
In a quarter mile, the destination is on your left. 26902 West 7 Mile Road.
Are we in man at the improper time? Are the guys getting open? Is he making the throw he should? Is he making the right read? So this is a collective. Believe me, this is a collective effort offensively that we're digging ourselves into a ditch with offensively. So this is all of it.
The destination is on your left. 26902 West 7 Mile Road.
Talk about it, and he mentions, are we doing everything we can with the scheme? I mean, Anthony Lynn is as much to blame as I think Jared Goff is.
Oh, yeah.
This is a very predictable scheme, and yes, he doesn't have a burner,
no.
But you can still go deep. Jared Goff, whether you complete it or not, hey, chuck it deep. Chuck it deeper than anybody is, so it's not intercepted, but at least they know that you can throw it that far.
Right. That's exactly what I was saying earlier in the show. That's why they need. That's why the Terrell Williams thing